He might look like Jojo the dog-faced boy, but this is actually my very best friend, James. But don't call him that. Only his probation officer calls him James. We just call him Jimbo. He's a pretty good friend to have, unless you happen to be eating pizza. You gotta watch him. Leave the room for 5 seconds and you'll wonder where half the pizzas disappeared to. That's Jimbo, all right. He can wolf down a pizza in seconds. You gotta watch him.
Wait a second. Who are you to talk about my pizza consumption habits? I seem to recall having to install locks on my fridge when you come over. Especially if you're smoking that wacky tobacco. Nothing is safe. Good thing you're a good cook, or else you'd always be coming over to mooch my crunchies.
I don't do dog food, Muskie. I'd go for a nice Caesar salad right about now, come to think about it.
Ugh, how can you eat that disgusting foliage?
Hey, I got an idea. Let's go down to Pizza Hut. They have the lunch special, and it's open in 5 minutes.
I could probably eat a large pizza myself. I think I'll order the dog's breakfast pizza.
Dog's breakfast pizza? What the heck is that?
Well, they take the scraps from people's plates and they leave them out in a box behind the restaurant overnight. And in the morning, they let the sun reheat it. Gently, mind you. And then they serve it.
That's disgusting.
No, it's special. Every day, a different topping. Last week I had one full of leftover anchovies. Unless you prefer Hawaiian.
Better.
You like Hawaiian?
No, better get a bucket. I think I'm gonna wolf my cookies.
Time's a-wastin'.
Well, I have about enough money for a small cheese pizza.
Well, haven't you heard about the DD discount?
DD discount? What's that, some kind of Groupon discount or something?
No, Goofus. It's called Dine and Dash.
Like I was saying, I think I'll get a party-sized combo.
With bottomless Pepsi.
Let's do this.
I'm not sure what to order. Let me think about it. There seems to be quite a selection here. Why don't you make up your mind about it?
Hey, Pickles, what makes a good president?
Well, Jimbo, a good president represents all of the American people.
Does Donald Trump represent all of the American people?
Well, he's a Republican, but he must treat all Americans exactly the same, regardless of the party they belong to. Once he was elected, that is, he can represent the Republican point of view, but once he's elected, he must look after the basic rights, the health, and the safety that all of us enjoy under the Constitution.
This is all Iraq.
Does he really do that? I mean, really?
No.
What do you mean?
Well, Donald Trump is a racist. In fact, he once took a full-page ad in the New York Times, condemning 5 black people of rape. As it turns out, he was wrong. None of them were guilty. He didn't have the facts when he took out the ad, and they were all eventually exonerated.
Why did he say they were guilty when they weren't?
Well, Donald Trump is a compulsive liar. He has a mental disorder. He has psychopathic personality disorder. He has knowingly lied 20,000 times while in office. He misleads people all the time.
Why does he lie all the time?
Well, as part of his mental illness, he has a pathological need to be liked.
But he seems to be hated by everyone. Is that true?
Yes, it is, Jimbo. Everyone hates Donald Trump. But he is president, and he has a lot of power. So a lot of people pretend to like him. Most people that work for him are afraid of being fired, or they're afraid of the violent acts that his followers seem to be threatened against when anyone crosses him.
Doesn't anyone like him?
No. People only use him to get what they want, or to stay away from trouble with him.
What about his family?
Well, Jimbo, Donald Trump has cheated on all his wives, sometimes with prostitutes. He uses money he raises through charity to divert to lawyers and to provide the hush money to stop his victims from coming forward and from telling the public.
Well, why did Americans ever elect him?
Donald Trump is taking down all of the safety nets that previous governments have created, that were in place to make sure people don't take advantage of each other. The three types of people that elected Donald Trump are rich ones, poor ones, and uneducated people. Well, and also foreign countries like Russia.
Why do rich people vote for Trump?
Well, he hates poor people, and he hates programs like welfare and Social Security. He doesn't like government health care. In fact, he doesn't like any government involvement. Government costs money, and the rich don't want to give away any of it. And that's why the very rich often pay no taxes. Rich people don't care if the poor people starve, or if they can't afford hospital when they're sick.
Sounds like rich people are very bad.
Well, not all rich people, Jimbo. Just some of them.
Then why do poor people vote for Trump?
They do because they're brainwashed. They watch TV stations like Fox News, which does not tell the truth, but rather they tell the same lies that Trump always tells. Poor and uneducated people, they don't watch CNN or MSNBC because they think that there's some sort of conspiracy going on against Trump.
So the poor are tricked into voting for a liar.
Yep.
But what about Russia? Why do they support Trump?
Trump owes Russian mobsters lots of money. When he spent his father's $400 million inheritance, he had to borrow money. And no American bank would loan him a nickel, because he never paid back previous loans and bills, and uses a tough guy approach to get rid of his creditors. So he borrowed money from Russian mobsters, who are all connected to Russia's president, who himself is a mobster. His name is Putin. They want him elected so that he can send American tax money to them under the table to repay these loans. Russia's trying to ruin America, since they themselves are a corrupt country run by a dictator, and dictators like each other.
Besides rich people and poor people, and Russian criminals, why don't other people elect Democrat candidates?
They will, Jimbo, next election. Americans made a mistake last election, and a lot of bad people cheated and voted the wrong way during the election, based on fake news that some TV stations promoted to help Trump.
But things are good now, right?
No, Jimbo. Things are far from okay right now. We're starting a huge depression, which will make Americans fight hard for 10 years just to get back to where we were before Trump was elected.
Well, Trump's working hard now, isn't he?
No, he's golfing today.
But why isn't he helping solve the pandemic?
Well, Jimbo, psychopaths don't care about people living or dying.
Well, how many people have died?
You see how many graves there are here at Arlington Cemetary? There's about 400,000 graves.
How many Americans have died because of the coronavirus?
100,000 today. But at this rate, there will be as many new deaths due to Trump's careless, reckless disregard for life as there are now in this cemetery.
Wow. We need to do something about this.
Yes, Jimbo, I'm hoping that by taking you on this drive, you'll not want these deaths to continue.
I think I'm going to vote for Joe Biden.
Good choice, Jimbo. Now put your mask on, and we'll walk around a little, and pray for these poor Americans that got sucked into voting for that loser last time.